All right, in this video, we're gonna show you how to catch those tall guys with an overhand right or an overhand left if you're a southpaw. Powerful punch. And the reason we do this is because with a straight punch, you know, we have to have access to them. If we're the same height at them as our opponent, we can catch them with the straight two, right? It's there to catch them. But if they're much taller than us, it's difficult to land that straight two to their head. Unless they carry their hands low. If they keep their hands down low and they expose their chin, if that's the style they're using, defensive style, we can catch them with a straight punch. But for the most part, if a guy's using a traditional stance and his hands are up, he's protecting himself, he's going to be difficult to land a straight two on if he's way taller than you. And in the gym, I actually sparred a guys a little bit heavier than me, a couple weight classes heavier than me, so they were always taller. And so I relied in the gym on an overhand a lot. And in competition, I was an average height for my weight class. I fought at 147 welterweight. And there I would use the overhand as well, just because I like the overhand. And I like the timing of it and catching guys while they're jabbing. That's for me the best time to land the overhand is when you get a guy to jab. And it's easy to make a guy jab. All you got to do is make him uncomfortable. And so you baby step to him, but you're loaded and your trigger's cocked. You're ready to let the shot go. You're anticipating it. You're anticipating their jab and you're gonna let it go. But as you baby step to them, as you move to them, they begin to get uncomfortable and they're gonna jab you because that jab hand is closest to you. As soon as they go to jab, you're pulling the trigger and you're catching them. I wanna show you, I've shown you this move in a different video on pot shotting. That's specifically what this is. It's pot shotting, specific type of counter punching, catching our opponent when they least expect it. And when they least expect it is when they're trying to punch you. They expect to land the punch, otherwise they wouldn't throw it. Okay, so they're throwing at your face. From here, if they're protected in a traditional stance, they're protected. At the end of their shot, you see that shoulder protecting them. But in between their shot, see that window open? That's where you want to land the overhand. You're trying to catch them on the chin, or you can catch them high up on the temple. Either place does magical things. You catch them right, we start to turn the electricity out in their body. And that's what we want. So you step in and you loop the shot. It's not a fundamentally sound shot. It's not a textbook, and it's not, you don't have the perfect protection. You're breaking a lot of the fundamental rules, so to speak, when you throw this punch. But it is an effective punch. Like I said, I used it a lot throughout my career, but it does work. And so as a guy's jabbing, as soon as he goes to jab, you're looping that shot in and over, and you're stepping in. Boom! You're stepping in. Whop! And you're catching him right in here or right up here high on his head. So I'll throw a couple from an orthodox stance, and then I'll throw a couple as if I were a southpaw. I'm not a southpaw, but I can still throw them as a southpaw. So as they go to jab, you step in. Boom, that's the shot right there. This bag ideally would be a little longer or a little higher to land the shot, but like I said, you could throw it on a guy with the same height as you, but it works great for tall opponents. So as they go to jab, you step in and you turn, rotate, and let the shot go. You're right here, right in. As soon as they're going to jab, you're pulling the trigger, so your weight is loaded on that back foot. Right there, that's the shot. You're stepping in. Now I'll show you a couple from the southpaw stance. Same thing. They're stepping in, they're shooting a jab here. You're letting that jab go over your shoulder. As it does, you're catching them high up on the head or right on the chin. So you're here, stepping in and over with that overhand. Right, you could be just touching with that jab, just laying it out there. You're just trying to get them to react. As soon as they go to let that shot go, as soon as they go to let their jab go, that's when you're letting your overhand go. So So you just touch them. You just touch them. You just touch them. Bah! You're just trying to get them set up. That's all you're doing there with that jab. Just using it as a range finder. You're not trying to back them up with the jab because then they'll be out of range. You want them in range. Ideally, you want to catch them when they're coming forward. When they're coming to you, it makes your shot even harder. It makes that overhand way harder than if they were backing up. You can definitely back a guy up. You got a guy on the retreat. You can definitely loop these shots in and catch them. But it's beautiful when you catch them when they're coming forward and they run right into it. It makes your punch way harder. Definitely a powerful punch. Put it to work. If you like this, come visit me at howtoboxing.com. In the meantime, keep training, feeling, and fighting like a champ.